in prison, you don't want to get caught lacking. So when you go to the shower, you don't go by yourself.
Prison Stories 101. Man, we are back with another one. We got him right back in the building. Once again, nice Gizzle, man. What's good?
Yes, wow, what's down?
Come on, man. You know how we do it, man. Every time that we get back together, I always like to catch up on what you've been doing, how's things been going. The fans want to know how the movie's coming along, and how fan interaction has been for you out in the public.
It's crazy, bro, because I really can't go too many places without somebody recognizing me. And just earlier, right before I even got over here, I walked into the gas station and stuff, and a dude was in the back. He was getting some liquor, and he just threw his hands up, talking about, Gizzle, my nigga Gizzle. I looked at him like, nigga, do I know you? I'm like, nigga, I don't even know. This nigga here tripping. So I walked up to the counter, so he walked up to me, man, give me some love, baby. So I don't want no smoke. Cause I see how you be looking at stuff when you be on Real Life Street Stars and all this. Like you want to kill somebody and shit. I be like, oh, okay, what's up? So, I shook his hand, whatever, took a picture with the dude or whatever and shit, and just pushed down. He was just like, yeah, we loving what you're doing for the city, man. We loving it, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's what's up.
That's real. So with that being said, we got to keep on feeding them, man. We got to keep on feeding them. How's everything going with the movie? If you want to speak on the success rates, trials and tribulations, if you want to jump into that.
All I'm gonna say is, it's coming along. You know what I'm saying? I done ran into a few snags and stuff, but what's a few trials without tribulations, right? You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm gonna get it. I'm almost there. We right there at the finish line. So, be looking out for when money ain't enough.
Let's talk about movies. Give me your top five movies. Favorites.
My favorites. Let me see. Baby Boy.
Okay.
I don't know, I like a lot of action and, you know what I'm saying, shit like that.
Which character do you cater yourself to in Baby Boy?
Ben Rain.
I about to say, I see this nigga hopping around the kitchen. You a hop around the kitchen ass looking at nigga, goddamn. Pause on all that. But Ving Rhames, shout out Omar Gooden, who came through Real Life Street Stars, held us down on that. Shout out Tyrese, you know what I'm saying? Those are all good guys. I want to get to it though, man. We do these prison stories, again, we don't do it to glorify, but we try to talk about those who have been incarcerated and, of course, everything that they've been through and the experiences. And one thing that we don't touch on enough, and I want to kind of get your take on, is I want to jump back into the topic of religion and, church, and I can't even say church and state because, you're owned by the state, but church and religion and how that plays into not only the prisoners, but the penitentiary system as a whole.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You got a lot of people that go in there and actually find God. But then you got a lot of people that go up in there and hide behind their Bible. They hide behind whatever religion they claiming, whether it be Muslim, Christianity, you know what I'm saying, all these other different type, some people hide behind them. Because let's be real, everybody need protection. You know what I'm saying? Some people mad at themselves for the things they did and they want to get out of it. But for some people, that's momentarily. And when they get out, they throw the Bible in the trash. And for some, they keep going with it and they don't look back. You know what I'm saying? For me, it took me about 6 years in my bed before I actually started talking to God. You know what I'm saying? I was just on my foolish run, you know what I'm saying? Stabbing niggas and fighting and doing whatever I needed to do to survive. Cause at this point, I'm mad at God, I'm mad at everybody, cause I felt, I took my lick, but at the same time, I felt like I shouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, one night I just got tired, went in my cell. You know, I was punching on the walls and stuff. I was literally crying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I was tired. You know what I'm saying? Because like every day, who wants to sleep with a knife? Who wants to sleep, you know what I'm saying, take a shower, you butt naked and got 5, 6 niggas around you and shit, knifed up and shit, trying to have your back. You can't enjoy nothing. You know what I'm saying? After a while, the shit get old. And then at the drop of a dime, even if you ain't beefing with somebody, they might just tell you, hey, go run him up. His time is up. Go get him. You know what I'm saying?
You said 5 or 6 niggas trying to have your back or trying to have your back?
No, trying to have my back. Like
I got your back.
Yeah, like
okay.
You walk with security, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
Like your homies is your security. Because if you get caught lacking, like these rappers out here getting caught lacking and stuff,
yeah.
In prison, you don't want to get caught lacking. So when you go to the shower, you don't go by yourself. You'll tell a homie or two and be like, hey man, I'm finna go shower, man. So, watch my back. They're gonna stand in front of that shower. You know what I'm saying? In front of that door while you shower until you're done. Because ain't no telling who gonna run up in there.
Is the shower the most vulnerable place to catch a person?
Man, it's one of the worst places to catch you. I mean, because if you naked, and when I say not just naked, but naked without your weapon and shit, you out of there.
Nigga.
You out of there.
Damn.
But most niggas tie they strap to their genitals. You know what I'm saying? And you know how them punks be tucking and all that. Nigga gonna tuck that and shit just to, you know what I'm saying, just to get through.
That's how bad he might want somebody. He gonna walk with the tuck just so he could take you out.
True, but at the same time, those are called floaters. Floaters are plastic or anything that can get through a metal detector. Because in the feds, when you enter the USPs and shit, you got metal detectors on the yard, you got metal detectors on your dorms. So as soon as you coming in, you gotta go through it. So if that thing goes off and shit, oh, that's your ass. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want no knife shot.
Damn.
You don't want no knife shot. So they came up with a floater. A floater is anything that you can make that can hurt somebody that's not made of steel. And you're gonna tuck it and walk around with it all day. But you don't wanna make it obvious, so some people gonna strap it to their genitals, you know what I'm saying, put it inside their boxes, or take their clothing and stuff and re-sew them and sew a little patch in where they can just slide it in.
Yeah. And again, you told the story about, being stabbed before. Like, that's not a feeling that, I know some boys probably rather be shot than take a knife and twist it up.
Yeah, because that bullet it's gonna burn for that second, but that knife, yeah, that's a sensation you ain't trying to have.
All right. Well, I hate to have gotten so far off topic, but you were speaking on the religion aspect as far as protect. Go ahead.
So, I'm in the cell, I'm punching the walls until my hands is bloody. You know what I'm saying? And I'm asking God, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired of living like this, and I know you ain't bring me this far to just leave me here, And just as clear as day, it's like he went to talking to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like I gave you all this talent. I gave you all these skills and stuff, and look what you're doing with it. Look what you're doing. It's like the one thing I didn't take from you is choice. So it's your choice to run around here and be a damn fool. I ain't gonna stop you, but just know there's a consequence behind every action you make. So I said, I don't want to live like this no more. So I fasted for 7 days. Never left my cell. I didn't eat, I didn't drink nothing. And then it just came to me. And then that's when I started writing. It was my outlet.
What were the first things you started writing?
I actually wrote a cartoon. A children's cartoon.
Like a comic strip or?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, it wasn't like a comic strip. It was a 30-page book, children's book, illustrated children's book. Because at the time I was drawing too, so I was just making little figures and stuff like that. So this Muslim cat I knew, you know what I'm saying, named Snackball Akbar, he came up to me one day and he said, hey, because I had Buku Jack magazines in my shit, you know what I'm saying? So he's like, I trade you.
Yeah.
I say, trade me what? So he hand me the Quran, hand me a bunch of booklets and stuff. He say, read this and stuff, and I'm gonna take this. I said, man, you done lost your damn mind. I ain't trying. You know what I'm saying? But one day I was just like, he's like, I give you $50 worth of commissary. Okay. I ain't gonna turn down no money with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He said, but when I come to you, you gotta give me something to let me know that you actually reading this stuff. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I just started reading and all this other type of stuff. And, you know, it kind of changed my perspective on a whole lot of stuff.
Do you read in the Quran?
I went through the Quran. I went through the Bible. I done read both of them back and forth. And to be honest with you, they ain't too much far from each other.
Right. So you're one night you're just sitting in your cell. You go through a fast. You decide to go through a fast. You go through this fast. You hear God speak to you? Did you hear God answer your questions? What was that sound like?
Clear as day.
What did it sound like?
I can't explain it because it wasn't like nothing echoing out the walls or nothing like that. But it was like a voice inside me talking to me inside me. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, he said, you're not here for what you did wrong. He said, you're here for what you neglected to do. And that kind of stumped a mud hole in me. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes. I want to, and again, for those who do religion and, go Muslim, go Christian, I guess you could say Catholic. Mm-hmm. What other religions exist out there in regards?
In prison?
Yes.
You got all kinds of religions and stuff. I mean, you got Buddhism, you got Christianity, you got Mormons, you got Muslims, and then even within the Muslim ranks, you got different sections. You know what I'm saying? 5%ers, Shiites, it's all in there, you know? Now, all these different organizations might not be that big. Muslims are the biggest ones on any compound you're gonna go to.
Right. Now, they do their 5 prayers a day. Do the guards respect, do the jails respect that?
Everybody's gonna respect it or it's gonna be a war.
Right.
When they go make salat, life goes on, but they're gonna find a quiet spot and take turns making salat. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna have people standing guard behind them to make sure nobody interrupt them while they making their Zuhr prayer or whatever prayer it is. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever seen religion get somebody taken out of here, like because they rep their religion so hard that, like almost like gangs, like you rep a gang so hard, you rep the religion this hard that,
But they go hand to hand. It's like the same thing. Instead of praising Crips, Bloods, and GDs and shit, you praising God. You praising the higher power. Because that's all we doing in the streets when we gang banging. A flag, a color. People, everybody wants something to believe in. And even if they can't see it, they want to believe in it so hard that they will pretty much die for it. You can't tell them nothing. Once it's embedded in that person's heart and their mind that this what it is, you ain't gonna be able to tell them nothing different.
You think that's why it's so easy to get the youth, because they're looking for that ego. They're looking to build that ego. They feel it with that.
Exactly, but they're getting theirs from the internet. That's their God. The internet is their God. And whatever this internet is displaying in front of them and teaching them, they're gonna take it and run with it. That's the law.
Okay, so you hear from God. You're at 7 days. You have your fast. You hear from God. You start writing. What were the next things that you found yourself getting more involved in as you are, I guess, starting your Christian
Well, at first I had to denounce myself from gang activity and all the stuff that I was in. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they be like, okay, whoop-de-doo, you find God, all right. Grab your strap and go over here and run this dude up, or this dude violated and stuff. I need you to do this, or somebody come at you, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the hardest things for a person to do, to detach himself from gang life activity once you find a higher power.
Did you have to fight some dudes? Like, I mean, did they start sending people after you?
No, because I was already respected.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they already know I was gonna die for whatever I believed in anyway. So when I said enough was enough, I'm Gucci on all this.
Mm-hmm. Man. So, okay, so now.
But then it could have turned out different, I can't lie. If it was some younger dudes there that just got there and haven't done that much time with me and didn't know me like that, they probably would have felt some type of way. And they would have took it to the yard and it would have been a discussion and they would have did what they wanted to do, plot on me and bake me a cake. But I got lucky, or it is what it is. You know, what's meant is what's meant. You know, they respected my mind, but even so, when they needed me, I was still there because I'm on that type of time as long as I'm locked up. But for now, I'm in my cell, I'm trying to find myself, and I suggest y'all leave me be, or y'all gonna have to just run me up. But I'm not going without a fight, and they know this.
Did you start going to church on Sundays and attending like
I started going to church on Sundays in the day room, wherever they was having it at.
So you went from like always being in the yard, always be to like, did you slowly transition, or did you just like make a complete change after this fast?
I mean, it was slow. It was a slow transition, but still, even so, it wasn't to the point where 24/7, I'm just running around here, Jesus, 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 Jesus. Nah, it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that at all, you know? But I just wasn't with the foolishness no more. And I had to start thinking for myself rather than think for the next man and the next man, because that's all you have to do. Everything's a chess move. It's a calculated step if you want to keep breathing.